24.2. 22.1. Shane Marquez. $20.7. 28 flat. 21 flat. 108.9. 20.7. Brad Elder. 22.3. 26.7. 21.9. 21.1. 43.7. 19.5.
'Practice is $10 per person. So if you have not paid for practice, just come do so before you leave. I think most everybody in here is paid.
21.9.
So if you have not paid, come do so before you leave. We're going to be doing a live broadcast here in a little bit. So if you see us in here talking on the mic, that's what we're doing. We're doing a live broadcast.
Nolan Peacock. One 25.9. 42.6. 102.1. 27.1. 28.8. 20.7. 28.5. 106 flat. 25.9. 24 flat. 24.7. 21.9. 20.1. 22.6. 41.6. 39.7. 20.2. 22.5.
'Did he come take the other heater?
22.7.
'What's up?
20.6.
All right, it is that time. Welcome, guys. We haven't done the good episode of the Burn Down at least for a while, and we have a pretty good one tonight. We got 10 people in the view in the chat right now. If you're in the chat, say hi. I see Amy and Shane and John Cashin. I got Eddie in the booth with me tonight. It'll be Eduardo and myself. Chad is doing a little bit of late work tonight, so my co-host will be Eddie for the night. We have quite a bit of fun topics to talk about tonight. Um, we got probably 10 to 12 guys in the house tonight for practice. A lot of guys out getting some laps in on practice. I was surprised we had anybody show up because we had the big trophy race this weekend. Usually it's a small turnout on the Monday after that. What's up, Mom? Hello, Mickey. Hey, oh, she's at home right now doing a lot of painting. Painting. She's doing a lot of painting. She's a keeper. Yeah, yeah. She's doing. Oh, we can't hear Eddie. How about
Ah,
now? There you
hello.
go.
Testing.
There you go. Now we got him.
We see bar movement.
We got Eddie and Amy. Can you hear him good now?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. So let's look at some of the topics that we got tonight.
The lucky topics.
We're going to talk about the past race we just had. Maybe even go over some results, top 3 results for everybody. Maybe we can hit on some of that a little bit. Supercross Saturday, that's coming up this weekend. We're going to hit on that a little bit. Fair BPO race. Stay tuned for that. You're going to want to see. Actually got some video to show you as well. So a little bit of housekeeping items that we need to talk about. We're also going to talk about the new season coming up. Lots of new trophy races. Can't believe we almost went through a full season so
Crazy.
far.
It's like it's gone, you know?
We're going to hand it over to a little bit of pro source topic and then the ever so popular whatever you guys want to talk about after that. So let's get right into the St. Patty's Day race. What a turnout. I thought it was going to be, I was shooting for 100 and then we saw about 70 and then all of a sudden we had a ton of late stragglers come in and it ended up at 93.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Was the total number. So a pretty good race for as cold as it was. Thank you so much for battling the cold, guys. I know it was a little bit chilly in here. We lost one of our heaters to a dog show. Those heaters belong to the fair. They're the fair property, and we lost one of them. And the one was keeping up pretty decent.
Yeah, it was.
Wasn't too bad, but thanks for enduring the weather, guys. Oh, your favorite marshal here to once again apologize, Corey. That was Corey stepped out in front. That's the one that stepped out in front of my truck during one of the qualifiers.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Lucky it wasn't the main though. So
well, I think we're about through the bitter cold, so that'll be a little bit better. Today was awesome.
Yeah, today I got here and it was a little bit colder in the building than it was outside. So I opened the doors and it raised the inside of the building here about 10, 15 degrees at least. So let's move on to some. Let's show you guys some results real quick. If you guys weren't here well, we'll get right into 13.5 truck. Wah wah wah.
Bender's truck's looking
Bender
pretty
was
good.
looking pretty good. Mike Bender, then me, and then Tony Taylor out of town from Arizona. Tony coming in from Arizona and putting it on the podium. Bender and me were battling pretty much all day. And then I took the lead with about a minute to go. Got into some lap traffic and popped the ball cup.
Ball cups will
Ball
we'll
cup
get
with those trucks are synonymous.
Well, wider suspension, bigger
tires, yeah.
You make a hit, it's just so much torque on that little bitty ball stud.
Good on Bender though. That's the second race now, second trophy race he's won with the truck.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to. I told him. I said, "You're making me work on my truck. God dang it! I got to rebuild shocks now because of you."
Hey, I honestly think the Schumacher Storm is the best stadium truck made right now, for
Yep.
sure.
13.5 wheeler Wyatt, no doubt,
13.5, yeah. He's.
no
I told him
doubt.
he needs to retire for a while.
Wyatt was class of the field, obviously in that one. Talon though, Talon and Phillip going at it all day long.
That was exciting to watch.
Yeah, little old Talon. He's one of my favorite drivers. Just to watch his progression in the last year
Well mannered,
has been
you know.
amazing. Best marshal in the house half the time too. Amy, we miss you. Can't wait to see Amy back here in the house when
Yeah,
weather
Max
gets
misses you.
nice. They said they're getting a mobile home that they're just going to park out here, so they can go out and have a family room right outside the door.
Man,
17.5 expert buggy. So I think the story of the day was Chad. You know, our beloved Chad making his way up to second. You were leading it there for a while, and
yeah, got the gentle bump, but
you got
it
the
happens. It's a race thing,
the
and
chrome horn as we call it. You and Justin battling it out, and Justin came out the victor on that one. Did he kiss you on the neck at least to put you in the mood?
he came to me afterwards, and he goes, "Man, I'm sorry, man."
Usually,
It's
when
all
the
right.
competition's that close in here, you're gonna have some tanglements.
It's
But,
gonna happen. There's no
Bender
way to avoid it.
again, Mike Bender again on the podium.
Yeah,
So Bender's been putting in the work.
he puts in the work at home and or at his for his business and here. So
I think he actually
he's a
left to go do
workaholic.
some business. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Independent. Who did we have on top? Matt Summers over George. And George, that was quite the surprise. George went to the Schumacher car, and now look, he's battling for the lead and up on the top of the podium steps there. First big race out with his new Schumacher car.
I was really surprised. So I think he's got a few things to figure out. You gotta anytime you make a chassis move, you gotta make it your own, make it your style and your aggression level. So
That number 3 spot, Joseph's been right up there every single time in 21.5, and now he's up in the 17.5 independent class. I think that suits him really well.
Yeah, it does.
Speaking of 21.5, Chuck Hayes over Maddox. And look, Joseph Steedham right up there again. Chuck and Maddox going at it the whole race, and I think had the crowd going nuts at the last minute of that race. Chuck gave it away 4 times, getting greedy in one of the corners and piped it about 3 times, I think, and made his way back to Maddox again. And Maddox held his composure. They got into it.
Yep.
And was it that race or was it the 17.5? I think it was that race.
Yeah.
And Maddox actually waited for him, and probably the sportsman move of the race.
It was
of the day.
night.
Of the day, yeah. Pretty good sportsmanship out of a young driver to pull over and let the guy take the lead back because of a incident together.
Yep.
So I was very impressed. Joseph Steedham, though, right up there again on the podium. So his
victories are coming quick.
Here's another one. Gary Wheatley just missing the podium.
Yeah.
Gary came from doing a lot of oval racing lately, and he came to off road and said he's having a blast. So good to see that happening.
He's definitely putting in some work on him too.
Yeah. Gary's been every time I see him, he's working on the car and trying something to make it faster. Limited short course. Jacob Snyder. This is one of my drone racing buddies. For those of you guys don't know Jacob, he was a DRL pilot on ESPN, running the drones on TV. He was actually a Bud Light sponsored pilot. Bud Light sponsored him for a whole season and gave him a salary to fly drones for a living. So Jacob over John Dubach, that was a good battle to watch all day long.
Both of them with the kicker trucks, the low C kickers.
Yep, the low C trucks. Mini B, this was fun to see Mike Summers beat his brother and give his brother the first loss in Mini B.
That didn't sit well with him. So
no, it was Matt. Matt just couldn't make it down the stair steps with his Mini B. He kept struggling all night long down the stairs, and that's where Mike pretty much had him. He was slowing down more, and Matt was definitely faster in the stairs, but it was too risky, and it just cost him the race.
Was risky. That was that. I mean, honestly, the stairs are the hardest part of this layout. You have to commit to. You have to have some strategy. Once you
Yeah.
figure out your car.
Let me move this up a little bit so you can scoot over a little bit.
Oh, I'm half.
Get you in
half
camera.
in, all
Yeah,
right.
you're half in. Mod Buggy. This was enjoyable to watch. I hope everybody at home knows who Tyler Jones is.
Yeah, I should.
If you don't, you've been hiding under a rock, but he's a pro RC car driver. And to watch him clear almost the full backstretch and the full stair section with his Mod Buggy and fly the thing in midair every lap was impressive. I saw it caught on in the main, and you started doing it with your buggy.
Yeah. Well, actually, it was the one of the qualifiers, so it was. I figured out.
Oh, that's right, because in the main you went for it in the first lap and nobody else did.
Well, they kept talking down there at the bottom, like, yeah, let's just go. I thought that's what they were going to do, and why it's so quick with the brake, I swear you can stop on a dime or slow down on 2 foot of space, and I barely clipped the back of him. And man, if it would have worked,
I saw 2 or 3 cars go flying.
Phil got the worst end of it, so I felt bad. But
I actually tried it after the main with my truck on the last lap of the main. I tried it and cleared it with my truck.
wow.
And made it all the way to the backstretch, the middle of the tabletop. So
Yeah.
with a 13.5.
I heard nothing but pretty good stuff about the layout. I haven't heard anything negative.
If you guys don't know at home, Eddie's the one that put this layout in. We gave him the reins on this layout, and
Maverick and Jake Maxwell actually stayed over and helped us.
you guys stayed till about 3 a.m. doing it, didn't you?
I want to know what everybody thinks of the option routes. We've had 2 layouts now with the options, and I think that this one was timed out pretty good too. We know what the other one was. It was good.
I took the rumbles every time, I think, unless I was in traffic. I liked it a lot better.
Did you?
It's just too hard with a truck to judge the braking point on that step
yeah.
up. Speaking of trucks, mod short course. So Chad the night before, wheeling and dealing, made a deal and got Doug. I think it's Doug Richardson's.
Yep.
Doug
The orange
Richards,
wheels.
yeah,
Can't miss it.
his short course truck, and went out and gave Sal a run for his money, and ended up TQing and winning short course with a 13.5 motor is all.
13.5 motor.
So it just goes to show you don't need the big, huge motors in these things to actually win and go fast.
It's an open class, so you can run whatever you want in it.
And the novice class, Little Easton Shores getting the victory. And Brady Morris stepping it up as well. So I think we had who was the Cashin's little daughter was missing.
Yeah, friendly.
Yep, they had. I think they were moving into their new home.
I seen something on that.
So I think that's why they had to miss this trophy race. But yeah, and then JJ picking up the third spot there. So
if you notice, Jason got Easton a nice shirt made. It's got some manufacturers on it. That shirt is really nice.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
I didn't get to see it. So that was the St. Patty's Day race. Good turnout, good fun, good race. I hope everybody liked the trophies that I made and came up with it. I've been trying to come up with really cool, unique one-off trophies and not just generic stuff. So the plaques seems to be, I put a vote out there. Do you guys want trophies or plaques? And everybody seems to be loving these plaques. So
you know what my favorite was?
What's that?
Good old boxing gloves.
The boxing gloves?
That was really legit, man.
That was pretty unique. What else did we give with the boxing gloves? Didn't we give something else? Oh, medals.
Medals.
We had medals, yeah. So, all right, we're going to put 5 on the clock for, we don't need to talk about it for 5 minutes, but Supercross Saturday, guys. So this Saturday, it's, if you don't know, it's the Indianapolis Supercross. I know there's been some discussion, people that wanted to maybe watch the Supercross race at home, or so what we're going to do is we're going to actually and leave the place open as late as we need to, but we're going to put the Supercross on the big screen above Chad, and in the pits. I think we'll have it playing too, and we'll have it playing over, maybe even over some speakers. I'm not sure. Not during the race, probably. But when the main events come on, we'll probably be done racing by that time, and we will actually stick around and have a couple cervezas if you want, and maybe have some pizzas and watch the Supercross race.
That'd be awesome.
I don't know if you guys. Speaking of Easton, yeah, he's in here getting
Look who
some
just
practice.
walked in the door.
Just walked in. Easton Shores and his dad.
Got his
So-
game face on.
What do you guys think about having a little after party Supercross viewing party after the race? Everybody can stick around and practice their cars, and we'll watch some Supercross on the big screens. You guys like that idea?
I don't think there's any track around that's doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, we're all friends and family here. Like, what's to say we can't hang out and watch an event like that together?
Well, there's something I definitely want to do, and I think we need to go a little bit further. I was trying to get some guys rounded up to go to a go-kart track this past Sunday, and I couldn't get enough bites to make it worth it, just because everybody's busy, and I mean, life in general is just crazy right now for everybody. But I think we have a TurfBurner Pro Source Day at the Fast Times.
Oh, go-karts.
Just everybody meet up and have a good time.
That's my background,
Yeah.
karting. So Goth Frame says the one complaint I have is a mistake could cost a half a lap. Yeah, that
Here it's, I mean, you're running, well, the fastest was what, a 15-second lap?
actually
14.
well, yeah,
Tyler
we
Jones.
don't consider Tyler's fast lap.
Yeah.
like
But
that's inhuman. But yeah,
realistically, any layout
mid
here,
15s is a super fast lap here. But yeah, you have a Marshall that takes like 3 or 4 seconds. It's not really a half a lap, but yeah, consistency pays off here.
Yep.
John Cashin says he's game. Must be
Hey,
talking about
there
the
we go.
karting days. Yeah,
Well, we all race by radio in here, so let's get strapped in.
my mom already knows. She says, "Oh boy, Jammer, go karts." Yeah, they don't know what they're getting into, do they, Mom?
We got a lot of go-kart guys, so
Justin
be
says you could do an earlier start time Saturday to be done by 5:36, and then people could go to the Supercross or then have a Supercross party there. That's an idea.
Justin Carey, where's he been?
I think he's been doing the dirt thing lately.
Says he's down for karting. I think that'd be awesome. Everybody just head somewhere. I kind of like fast times, and it's one reason. It's still a gas powered motor.
Yeah, but the only thing I don't like about Fast Times, you can't drag brake.
You can't what?
You can't drag brake.
Yeah.
When you go to hit the brakes, it cuts the throttle off.
Yep.
It's the only thing I don't like about those places is you can't trail brake. Oh, you gonna make an appearance? Says he's gonna be here Saturday.
Whiteland, yeah. We're I live about 2 minutes from Whiteland Raceway, if that.
Actually, I think they even have some at Newcastle.
Yeah,
Newcastle has some rentals, I think, even.
big track. We me, Wyatt, and Kale, I think a couple others. We've done the Whiteland thing a time or two. That's since they've been bought out and kind of remodeled. It's a pretty fun place now. So
I used to race tag class, they call it. It was a 100cc pipe class, electric start,
yeah,
really fast carts. And I had a throttle cable break at Whiteland one time, and I ran the rest of the race, leading the race, running
your
the throttle
thumb.
with my thumb.
yeah.
And they had to, my pit guy had to peel my fingers off the steering wheel when I came in because I couldn't let go. They were cramped up on the wheel.
I seen a guy at Whiteland. He was out there running a cart, and I think they went through a time frame where you didn't have to wear a fire suit, then you did, and now you don't. But anyways, he had a button-up shirt that got caught up, and it ripped him back, pinned him on the seat, and it was man, he had marks on his shoulders for weeks.
I believe Whiteland is where the little girl. It might have been. Maybe I'm mistaken, but I think this little girl got her hair wrapped up in the axle there.
I think I remember that too. So the time we went with Kale and Wyatt, they thought they were going to dominate the old man, but I put on quite the whooping on them.
Yeah.
So pretty good.
Well, let's put 5 minutes on the clock for this is the fun one here, guys.
Oh boy.
The BPO race. If you guys don't know what the BPO is, it's a big paved oval. That's what they used to call it here when our car was in this building, the RC cars. We did summer times. We went and raced oval down on the big paved oval. That's just, is that north?
No, it's east.
East?
Yep.
Just, it's right when you come in the entrance to pay the gate fee. If you look off to your left, there's a quarter midget, kind of a big quarter midget asphalt track. And we're going to put on during the fair. The dates will be released here soon, but we're going to put on a oval race. And me and Eddie went and did some testing tonight. And
man, oh man.
Let's just pull this up real quick. What? Where are we at here? Oh, there we go. So this was Eddie driving a SR10 completely stock out of the box. Gearing was stock, setup was stock controller.
I'm thinking we'll offer
everything was stock on it. And look at that thing go. So
it was awesome.
We were having a ball out there, and we probably ran a good 30 to 40 laps on the thing.
One battery pack.
And it only drew 1,700 milliamps out of the battery. So I'm thinking we could have 50 lap feature with 20 cars on the track at once, 20 drivers in an A main. And we're going to race, we're going to announce the classes, but I think we're going to do the stock slash, street stock slash, kind of like what they do it over at NDRC, and do a the late model slash, and
there's the pebble.
Yeah, that was when you hit the rock.
Definitely have to do some track maintenance, guys.
And then we're gonna do like a
driver's stand right here, but
let me rewind that.
Not sure what weekend.
Then we'll do a maybe. What do you say? We'll do like a stadium truck class and a buggy class.
Buggy,
maybe even mod buggies, guys.
Set to where lock is.
But what we were talking about was the drafting would be awesome. I mean, look at that thing go down the backstretch. That's just a stock SR10. So can you imagine a mod buggy out there?
Stock SR10 with
I mean, the draft would play a huge part. So we're going to have a big Daytona style race.
Well, it's funny. Everybody thinks, oval racing, everybody can go in a circle, but it's not as easy as what it looks,
Yeah, you're up on the wheel right there the whole time, making sure that it was down on the white line and not getting loose on you.
It's a big track, too, so it's hard to judge that back.
Yeah, look at that.
We're gonna make it a trophy race, and the good thing is we're gonna do it during the fair. So that fence line you see right there will be lined with spectators the whole
way.
Yeah, the whole way around it will be people watching. We did this probably. What was it? Probably 10 years ago. We raced quarter scale RC cars on this track right here. And during the fair, and it was a blast because racing in front of people is always so much better than just racing in front of your peers. And it's a good way to draw people into the hobby as well. But let us know what you guys think of this mod 12 scale. I think the track's too rough for a pan car.
Yeah, definitely.
I think it needs to be a full suspension type car, Justin. I think it's even too rough. You can see this car bouncing around a little bit. But I think it's Eddie trying the high line there. I think it's even probably too rough for a touring car, like
I think so.
Like a VTA car. It might even be too rough for that. So this is the video I'm going to release on our Facebook talking about it. But yeah, what do you guys think about? And maybe we do, like I said, maybe we offer a couple off-road classes. Maybe four-wheel
I got the trim set or the dual race set to where full lock is like the
two-wheel buggy.
Like a quarter of the way up is all.
mod buggy.
You know, it wouldn't take much to wheel a couple jumps over on them straightaways.
Yeah, we talked about that as well,
Stock
is having
SR10
maybe
with
some
stock
jumps
gearing.
for off-road class. But
So I'm thinking we'll
I don't
offer
know.
the
I think we
all the
just
splash classes,
retire for
modified,
one
street stock,
weekend the off-road stuff during the fair, and
an
we have a
SR10,
big
maybe
oval
a
race.
stadium
And if
truck,
you
and a
guys want to
mod
come
buggy
out and
class or something.
throw your off-road cars down on the big oval,
And you're
I
making it
think
look
the
good
fun in
now.
it is just the camaraderie of racing with your friends and drafting each other,
Oh yeah,
close
look at
pack
that. White
racing.
down on the line,
I
baby.
think maybe even we have a spec gear ratio that you
I
have to
think that's a
abide by
must.
type thing,
Yeah.
so nobody's burning up motors and such. Like I said,
You guys
this
wanna
is
know
just
who's
a
driving?
stock
It's
gear that you see on this one.
Grandmaster
So
Funk here, Eddie.
let us know what you guys think. I'm going to post this stuff on our Facebook,
Big old,
and
big old rock there.
we'll see what everybody
Definitely have to do some
thinks
track maintenance, guys.
of the big
Might do
paved
a
oval
driver's
event
night
that
here,
we're going to
but,
have.
Not sure what weekend. Stay tuned.
Who's that guy?
Next topic is I don't need to spend a whole lot of time on this, maybe not even a minute on this subject, but housekeeping issues, guys. We've been noticing now that it's getting a little warmer out. Well, it was warmer out, now it's cold again. But um, if you guys are smoking, make sure you're putting your cigarette butts, please, in the dedicated buckets that are outside. Um, I've noticed piles and piles of cigarette butts out the door. Um, I don't want to clean up after you guys and the cigarette butts. I don't mind cleaning up the pits
Yeah,
when people leave their stuff, but please make sure you're throwing all your trash in the garbage in the cans. We do have a dedicated dumpster now that we just purchased. So the I know sometimes the trash gets full, and with it being so cold out, we weren't taking them over to the bin as often as we should have. But now that we have a full dumpster here at our disposal, right outside the door, just make sure you guys are throwing all your trash in the barrels. And I cleaned up today, and it's only been about a week, and I took a blower and went through the pits, and I can't count the number of plastic parts and parts bags and used tires and drink bottles and everything that I cleaned up. So just take a little bit of pride and help us clean up after yourself, and make sure you guys are throwing your cigarette butts, please, in the dedicated buckets that are outside. So that's all I really got to say on that. We will move on to the new season. So let me pull up a note here. Where's my notepad? There it is. So here's the new season, guys. We just had the St. Patty's Showdown. The next big race will be the Spring Bling, end of April. That'll be a trophy race. And then we're going to do a point series again. Chad picked out some dates. Some of this might change for the fair race that we're talking about. So your 2 June or maybe July race, some of that stuff might get moved around up and down on some dates due to the fair going on. Um, but yeah, we have round one, round two, and then we have the blow your doors off race again. That last year was sponsored by Innovative Installations. We'll see if Brandon wants to sponsor that with his company again. That was a pretty cool one. That's the one we
It
did the
was.
trophies with the doors on them. That was actually one of our first trophy races, I
It
believe.
was, yeah.
And then we have a round 3, 4, and 5 all spread out, and then we go into the fall brawl again. That's your boxing
I
gloves.
like it.
And then we have point series champs, and then the TurfBurners ball, and we go back into some races that we've already had this year. So already coming up on a full season almost of racing. I think April will be our 1-year anniversary of being in here.
Thought it was June,
April or
but
May. May was the end of May, because it was right around the Indy 500.
yeah, that is
From
true.
end of May, beginning of June is when we started opening. So so that's the upcoming big races that we got going on. We also got a couple other big things in the works that I can't talk about yet. But we might be expanding some type of racing that we're doing here. So that's all I can really say about it now. But we will keep you guys posted on what's to come. But we're looking at a bright future for TurfBurners, and much more expanded racing opportunities. Does anybody got anything they want to chat about schedules or trophy races or input on trophy races? Or I know we talked about a Tuesday night series or a Wednesday night series, point series too, but maybe that's something we can entertain in the summertime when kids are out of school.
Yeah.
So kids can actually attend it and not break into their school. I know a lot of kids can't come on Wednesdays because of schooling. So, point series have any drops? I saw you ask that question with Chad. He said he's going to address it, but I believe, yes, we're going to have drops with that. I'm not sure if it's going to be one or two, Justin. I haven't even talked to Chad about the point series yet. So we're gonna do a little bit of chit chat on that, and then I'm sure we'll be posting all the specifics of that in the next week or so, along with the big fair race. So we're gonna start promoting the crap out of that oval fair race because we really want to put on a good show for the fair. Next, this is where I hand it over to Eddie, my co-host here. Pro Source Topics. I know he got a lot of good deals coming in, and you got a whole bunch of tires. I see.
Yeah, we got a pretty big lot of tires, all pro line stuff. One of our racers basically spent a lot of money on some inventory, and then he's just got other things going on right now. So he sold the whole. Well, there was 4 big boxes of tires,
Brand
and
new bunch. I saw a
brand
bunch of
news.
barely even used one run tires.
Yeah, so those have actually been selling already today. So that's been a hot hit. But yeah, pro lines are back in stock. They're not back in stock at Horizon yet, I don't think. If it did, it happened today. But we have a lot of stuff on back order, and there's still bits and pieces that have not shown up, but just got to be patient with some of this stuff. I think we all know the reasons why, but don't really have to get into that.
Yeah, and I imagine it's going to be hit or miss on some of that with everything that's going on in the world right now.
Yeah, it's weird stuff, white wheels. I was told that there's a shortage on the white pigment when they go through the process of making the wheels. That's been hard to
That's
get.
what's holding up the white wheels.
Yeah, it's crazy. Rubber compound I think is not the easiest to get a hold of. I think it's a little more readily available because the rubber industry has pretty good ways of recycling and getting rubber back in powder form. So I used to work for a plastics and rubber company, so I know quite a bit about it. So
I imagine the hobby industry is the last on the list to get supplies like that.
it is. I've had a lot of conversations with Muzz Schumacher, and he's definitely told us some of their issues. But all in all, they do a pretty good job, I think, on most of their stuff.
I imagine you're one of the top tire salesmen in in the country right
Yeah,
now, aren't you?
yeah, I think so. All right, at least we got to be pretty close. Like me and Tyler was having a conversation, and he told me, he told Muzz, he goes, TurfBurners and Eddie, they got a pretty big Schumacher following here, so I think we're pretty up there on the list. We've worked hard with it. Going, oh well, I think we're on 5 years now at least. So been pretty interesting seeing the brand that was non-existent. Just slowly build and build.
How's the TLR stock of parts doing over there?
TLR stuff, waiting on a lot of stuff. I think last night I seen guys reaching out on Facebook saying they'll pay whatever the price is for some diffs. That was just like I said last night. Matter of fact, it was actually earlier this morning. I woke up 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, couldn't go to bed, and I just started scrolling through Facebook and seen this guy asking for diff parts. So I think everybody's got their problems. TLR stuff, I think they have a lot of stuff coming out of China. And we know how all that stuff's going.
What
So
I see you got a whole corner over here full of used buggies and used stuff too. If nobody's seen
Yeah.
it, the
Well-
the corner shelf has got tons of equipment in it. Whose all equipment was that?
Well, we got George has got a lot of stuff over there. He's got it. A lot of people said it's priced kind of high, but I don't think they're looking at each buggy comes with a full box of parts and pieces. He's also got a drag car that's basically ready to run. But the parts and pieces and everything George has is
Well kept.
well kept. So there's some good deals.
It's all associated stuff.
It's all associated stuff. And we had we had two M17 radios that went within a day or two. We have some more stuff over there, another MT44 that's hardly been used at all. We had another Futaba radio in there that went. Radios are a pretty big deal. But yeah, if you guys got stuff you want to bring in and sell, I mean, we're definitely moving stuff.
Now, how does that work? Are you taking a percentage to help people sell their stuff?
Take a very
you got to
small
make something
percentage
off of it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, can't take up your shelf space for nothing.
Yeah, there's definitely. I mean, that's the thing. We've been pretty successful on moving the stuff. Matter of fact, I got people message me say, "Hey, we heard you're the place to go for used stuff." And actually, some of these guys up here on the stand have bought everything used, and they're out here just blasting laps and looking pretty good. So
good to know. Go see Eddie if you guys want to work a deal with him. I know he's always got stuff coming in and out. So
the biggest thing is every week we have people coming in looking for used stuff. So
very good to know. Keep that in your back pocket, guys. Let's move on to whatever. We'll give this a few minutes if you guys want to talk about anything. Put your questions or your comments in the chat if there's anything you want to bring up and discuss.
Gas prices.
This is your gas prices. This is your moment to shine here, guys. If you guys want to bring up any subjects. Looks like I got a chat coming in. Nope. Anything else you'd like to talk about?
I don't think so, man. I think
I'm still pumped up on that oval. Watching
I'm
watching you run that
it.
oval car out there was I don't get really jacked up about oval too much, but when I can imagine 20 individual cars out there, everybody running in a big huge pack, it reminds me, you know what it reminds me of? The magazine of RC Car Action Days when you'd see them running at the velodrome with pan cars.
Yep.
That's what it reminded me of. Watching you out there run that thing reminded me of that, and I know how awesome it can be.
Yeah, the velodrome was pretty cool.
So hopefully we can talk a lot of them slash oval guys, because that would be a blast watching the street stock slashes out there just running a huge pack.
I think I was going to get rid of my low LCG chassis, and I think I'm going to keep it.
Amy says e-buggy.
E-buggy.
Oh my lord, e-buggy out there on the oval. We'd probably have to not have marshals out there. It'd probably be too dangerous.
Take out a leg.
E-buggy on some slicks.
Will be like what's his name up there on the driver's stand.
Maybe I will offer an e-buggy class. There's a lot of guys with e-buggies.
No nitro?
Nitro? Ooh, yeah, we could do nitro too. There's enough interest. We'll run anything on that big oval. That thing is huge.
Can we put a nitro engine on a slash? There's a way.
I think they sell one. I think they used to sell a nitro slash. I'm almost positive they did.
Man, oh man. So many ideas. I probably won't sleep very good tonight.
John, yes. Only the novice kids half price. I can't open it up to every kid. It's just the novice class only. I have to limit it to the class. I see where you're coming from. But yeah, it's only novice class only.
Well, look at this comment on there. Eddie, buy a Tesla.
Yeah,
man,
because of gas prices.
I don't know. I think I'll rather go broke.
Justin, if I could get enough entries for that, I would be all about that. Stadium truck nitro.
Holy moly.
On the oval. We ran 10 years ago on that, and we ran quarter scales on that big oval down there. And we also ran like Justin will remember this, but the low C sliders. We ran that as a class down there. And then there was a brief moment in time where me and Michael Jones and about 4 or 5 other guys, we bought nitro 10th scale touring cars, and they shifted. They had 2 speeds. They
Yeah.
shifted, and you would hear those things shift down the backstretch. Yeah, yeah. It was the most fun, and we ran them on foam tires. You get about 1 weekend out of the foam
Oh, I
tires,
bet.
if that. And that was probably the most fun I ever had. We were doing sub 7-second laps around that big oval, and they were hauling butt around that place.
So do you think the foam tires will be good on that track today?
On
The paved track.
yeah,
Well, we have a buggy class. I have a lot of gone bananas.
yeah, foams actually work really well on that asphalt track out there. Like I said, we were wide open with I don't know if you've ever watched a touring car 10th scale nitro
Yeah.
or watched videos of them, but we were wide open in second gear around that whole track, probably doing 70, maybe even 80 miles an hour around that place. Yes, the low C slider. I wish they'd bring that back.
I think that's something we need to do here one day is bring in a radar gun to see what we're getting on some of these
Some
sections.
of these straightaways.
'Cause,
I'd
man,
say 35, maybe 40.
in mod class, of course, I took my 17.5 car and I put 10 degrees boost in it, and I think three on the turbo just so I could feel like I have
halfway
something.
keep up.
But as you've seen, I started clearing that back section. Well, not clearing it, but landing on tabletop. But man, when you're coming around this by the booth here and hit that jump, you just feel like it's 100 miles an hour. It's not, but it just felt like crazy fast. Maybe Tyler Jones.
All right, guys, we're coming up on about 52 minutes right now. We like to keep it under an hour on this show. If you guys don't have any other comments, we will wrap it up. Anybody else want to throw any topics out there that they want to discuss? I don't see anybody else chiming in here. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Burn Down. We will be regular scheduled program Wednesday. Maybe a slight layout change coming with a couple options. Not sure if we're going to do it Wednesday, but the pie section here in the corner is what we talked about a little bit too.
Yeah.
So that would actually keep that big, huge gap jump out of the equation, because now that I've done it with the truck once, I'm afraid I'm going to break a lot of parts trying it over and over. So, all right. Well, see you, Amy. She says, bye, guys.
See ya.
So if you guys got any questions or anything, you want to reach out, just go ahead and shoot us an email on the Facebook. Also, ProSource RC's Facebook. If you need anything from Eddie, go ahead and shout out to him. So thanks for tuning in,
Thank
everybody.
you, guys.
Until next time, we will see you later.